Oh,
Hey,
perfect. Hey.
how are you?
I'm so good. I'm just at my friend's house. I'm helping take care of him because he tore his ACL and I've been through it and you can't get through it alone. So I'm helping my friend out next
Oh
few days.
no, I'm
I
sorry. How did you
know.
tear it?
We were in a finals of a tournament together and
Oh
he
my
tore it.
gosh. That's
Yeah.
terrible. No. My dad had hip replacement surgery over break, winter break, and that was hard. Like just kidding. I felt so bad for him, but he recovered really well. So
That's all. They're all terrible, I swear. And it's like
uh,
I always tell everyone, if you've never had it, you really don't get it. It's so
uh,
intense.
yeah, and the recovery is hard, I feel like.
Very. I mean, you get you get out what you put in, I always say. So, like, if you work really hard, you're gonna get really good results.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You reap what you sow kind of thing.
Exactly, exactly. But how are you? How was break? I saw that you all had your first practice, I think yesterday, right? So
Yeah, it was really fun just to be back. I mean, the break was kind of short. We start early because of the Derby, so we have to be out of here, I think, late April. So we end earlier than most schools, but the break was good. I just got to be with family and it felt long, even though it was kind of short. And I think everybody was ready to be back.
okay, perfect. That is segues me into saying, do you all have all of your incoming freshmen and transfers or, um, just some of them, or what's that look like for you all?
So we got Brooke coming, so that was awesome, and she got to campus a couple days ago, and I feel like we're gonna be so close. I already knew her from we played each other in club a lot, and we've done a couple USA things, but she is an absolute sweetheart. Like everybody on the team's like, we don't want to cuss around you because you're so sweet, and she's the purest heart ever. And she's so good. Like, I don't know, just even the first couple days, it normally takes a little bit, I feel like, to get middle hitter setter connections down. And they have a
Mhm.
really good connection with both setters already, she does. So I don't know. I'm just really excited. And then our freshmen are so talented. We have Blair, Ellie, and Jordan. And I feel like they just have been getting acclimated really well and they just play really hard and they're really talented. So
Oh, good. I love that. And I do love Brooke. She was such a hard worker at Kentucky, and I know all the girls wish the best for her at Kentucky. And I'm really glad she's found a nice home that she can kind of like fill a role really well. And she's going to work really hard to hopefully, get on the court. And I am super excited. And I do think that she's like a good fit. Like I feel like she fits the vibe of
Mhm.
what I get from Louisville. So I'm super excited to see her with you guys. But I'll miss her personally. But
You know, you should. I mean, she's really close with Brooklyn, I think, too, because they were roommates. And she's actually going back to Lexington tomorrow for Brooklyn's birthday, I think. But it was like all in good graces, like her leaving, that she has a really good relationship with everyone there still. So I
Oh,
think that's
that's
cool.
how it's
But
supposed
you're
to
a big
be, I feel
Kentucky
like.
fan, right?
Well, I went to Kentucky, so I had to that's like the
Yeah.
only time I'll actually
Okay.
cheer for a team is because I went there. But I like
Sorry, you
every
cut
like
out a little bit, but I think you
oh,
said you're
sorry. I
talking.
know, I was gonna say, I wonder how the quality is right now. This new iPad thing that I'm trying to do, I don't know if it's working or not, but, I was gonna say I went to Kentucky, so, like, I have to cheer for them, you know what I mean? I was there, like, when we won the
Yeah.
national
Yeah.
championship in 2020, so I have to they're my girls, but I don't
Oh, really?
I don't really
That's
dislike any
cool.
program. A lot of people think I don't like some teams, but that's a lie.
Yeah.
I just
No.
want good volleyball.
Yeah, that's all we want too. That's awesome. I mean, obviously we wanna win,
Yeah.
but well, I felt that
Well,
way because
exactly. You should
everybody here
yeah.
hates Kentucky, but I had Eva and Lizzie on the team, and I love them, so I don't
Right,
know.
and okay, that's actually perfect. I was gonna say and now remind me, did you commit to Louisville under Danny or under Dan?
Yes, under Danny.
Under Danny. Okay, so what was the transfer process like for you? Like, you don't have to go into details about why you left unless you want to. I won't push. And then what made you stay after Danny left? Because obviously, that reopens the commitment if you don't want to stay. I mean, I'm glad you
Mhm.
did because I feel like you really fit in there. But if you want to talk about any of
Thanks.
that and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, Louisville was just a really great fit. I left for multiple factors, but I just knew a lot of girls on the team, and I think looking on it from the outside, we played them in the tournament my sophomore year, and they just I don't know, their defense was so good, and then their outsides were just clicking all the time, like, their ability to score, and then, obviously, you had people like Elena Scott, who's just unreal, so
Mhm.
I knew going into the transfer portal, and this is kind of how it's been my whole life since I am undersized for a hitter, I'm just like, I am so open to playing libero or hitting, like, I will do whatever the team needs, like, whatever you think will get us farther in December or just make a
Mhm.
better team. And so I knew them have previously training Elena Scott, the Anna DeBeers, the Charity Loopers, Claire Chaussee, like, they just trained that position so well of, like, undersized, like, could be like, even Elena
Mhm.
wasn't a libero until she got to college, and then just my phone calls and everything, what they talked about, it just really fit, and then the girls I played with Molly Urban and Ava Utterbeck and at Circle, like, not I played with Molly directly, but not Ava, and they just her, Elena, Cam, like, all called me when I was in the portal, and they just were so excited, and you could just tell how much love they had for the game, which I think is really special, and they just were obviously really excited to go to the Final Four too, but I think just the coaches' ability to get everybody on board was really cool.
Mhm. That's I was gonna say they definitely train their undersized outsides like perfectly and just like outsides in general. But like I think
Mhm.
I really love a good undersized outside because I feel like they're more likely to be a better sixth rotation player. Then, like as I mean, I would love to say there's correlation, but I'm sure there's science behind it somewhere. But I think like as players get taller, their ball control, or maybe it's just like the lack of desire to be a good ball control player. Like they're like, I don't have to be as good of a passer if I'm really tall. I can just put the ball away. And so I think that I really value,
Mhm.
as somebody who's undersized, I really value like an undersized outside that can be like, I'm a second libero, but I can also put like every ball down when I'm needed to. Um, and
Well,
then now,
I feel
obviously, at Purdue, you didn't play left back, so that was a nice change, and I feel like you really ate that down at Louisville. So, do you want to go into like how that even came about and what
like
made them decide to do that?
Mhm. Well, first, like, to piggyback off the tall girl thing, I just feel bad because I feel like sometimes when girls are going into club, when they are taller, they just don't or I even feel this way about, people who are tall, like, at the very beginning of club, so then they put them in middle, even though they would probably be a better 6th rotation outside just because they're the tallest of the group, you know?
Hmm.
So I feel like just teaching everyone to play a full entire game, then you would see I think as volleyball keeps developing, we'll see greater six rotation, really tall outsides. I mean, that's kind
Hmm.
of how it's already gone. But and to touch on the Danny thing, like why I stayed, the Danny thing was definitely a shock. Like we were all brainwashing each other into thinking we were going to Hawaii, which is happening this year in the spring. But we thought
That's
she was
so
gonna say
cool.
we're going to Hawaii. And so and Assad, our videographer, was there and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're chill." We go in and she just starts off and we all immediately knew and we're bawling. But like the transition
Oh.
was so seamless and to Dan and everybody stayed, like the entire coaching staff stayed. And obviously Danny wasn't really expecting this. Like she like basically promised that she was gonna be here for 2 years. So that was definitely hard in the moment. But then just the way they
Hmm.
handled everything and everybody stayed and then we got Parker to come and we have Jenna Otek now who is amazing. I'm so excited about
Hmm.
her. So that was really great, and then the left back thing, I got to campus in January, and with Danny, I didn't really play left back as much, I did a little bit. I mean, she was only with me for probably, like, 3 weeks, it was crazy. And I mean, who can blame her? She's going back to be with her family, with her kids, like,
Right.
I texted her and I was so sweet, and even after, because obviously in the meeting, I was, like, crying and I couldn't really get words out, but, like,
Oh.
I was very supportive of her, and so then Dan, we were, like, talking in the offices, and he said, "What do you feel about playing left back? Like, I know I've had you try it in defensive stations, we do defensive stations every day," and I was like, "I'll do whatever you want me to do. I might be a little bit bad at first because I haven't played it a ton, but I'd love to try it." So then he let me do it in the spring games and just going into preseason. And he really liked the idea of setting, he also liked how I set, like setting the ball in front of the 10-foot line.
Hmm.
And Hannah Kinney has really good hands, so we could both set. That's why he didn't really want the libero to set because they can't use their hands in front of the 10-foot line.
Hmm.
So the setting was definitely hard for me, and left back was super awesome, but the ball just gets on you so much quicker. And I think
So
the most
fast.
humbling thing or something that triggers me in left back is when the setter dumps and it scores. That is so annoying. So when that would happen to me, I
Yes.
would be like, "Oh my gosh, you not like you are terrible," but I'd be like, "Guys." I'm gonna crash out. I'm so sorry that I didn't pick that up. I felt so bad, but it was really fun, and even in practice, I don't know, like, at a left back, if it was a perfect dig from Nay, he would have me practice, like, running Kara on a slide, which we never really pulled out into a game, but he would, like, give me freedom to side set it over if he thought it would work against a team, so I think he's really creative, and that was something really cool, but it was definitely hard to play left back, but I really enjoyed it, and I think it's something that's good to have, especially as I keep getting older if I continue to play volleyball.
Yeah, that is definitely a crazy skill to have, and I think your hand setting was really good. I thought your out of system setting was very, very solid. Um, Now I do have a question about the offense Dan runs because I personally felt like a lot of times when you all would get stuck, that you all should have used the back row attack more. And I feel like was that just like not part of like the game plan to use it that much, or does it just like in the moment it's hard to be like I need to set that more? Like, was it like purposeful? Like, was it the plan, or was it just like one of those things where it's like you're under pressure and you just literally forget that you have that as an option altogether?
Well, I think at the beginning of the year, it wasn't emphasized a ton, like, well, at the beginning of the year, we tried to run a 30 with me at a left back, like, that is one thing we definitely gave up, within the fall, and I do think we could have ran it more, and, like, even Dan will talk about that, but, um I mean, we started towards the middle end of the year, like, we would sprinkle it in and we'd, like, try and work on it a little bit in practice. It's just, like, we are such a defensive focused team at times, like,
Hmm.
we would throw it in, but I feel like too, like, obviously Peyton is great but she only played, like, 2 games last year, so her and Nay are still trying to figure it out, and Nay's first time in the 5-1, my first time here, so, like, we were more focused on the tempo to the pins, but definitely, like, I
Hmm.
will say that even the first 2 days of spring, I think we spent 30 minutes each day, just working on our back row attacks with KB on a D ball and all the pins working on a bic. And he's had me play middle back. Um, I mean, I'd like to still play left back, but he understands and he thinks that we could have ran the bic more. I mean, even in Texas A&M, like I think it was the third set we ran a bic at one point and it almost scored, but like I tipped it to the middle of the court. So like we would sprinkle it in, but definitely I agree with you. That is one thing that we are trying to evolve, especially for next
Hmm.
year, and that is something that we're focused on, and we also have Fifth Set Fridays now, so to focus on that.
I Yeah, that is. I honestly completely forgot about that, but I now I'm reminded
Yeah.
that it was just it happens.
Well, it's crazy because
Uh,
I just feel like even at, Purdue, like, in the 5th set, I mean, obviously, it could go either way, but it's almost like the underdog team always has the advantage because you're like, "We have nothing to lose, like, let's just go for it," but
mhm.
yeah.
Unless you're Texas, magically, other than when Texas played
I
Kentucky.
know.
Texas
I know.
played some crazy five-setters, like, in a
I
good way.
cannot
It was
believe the 5th set against us, like, that was insane. I
that
can't.
and how they played against Stanford in the 5th set. That might have been
Yeah,
even more insane. Both. It
I
was
agree.
crazy. It
When
was
Ramsey
crazy.
Gary ran that down, that was
Oh my
awesome.
god. She's
She's
so
awesome.
talented.
I know, she is, I agree. Mm,
Yeah, I definitely think that the Bic will become more like, are you all working on speeding up the slide? I feel like the slide that Niles Cabello ran with Cressy was a little bit higher, a little bit like of a almost like a slower slide. And I feel like, as
mm,
you all speed the tempo up, that it would open the Bic up more. But I don't know if that's like because I feel like Cressy's slide was slower than
mhm,
the other slide. But I feel like she's also pretty quick. So I don't know if that was just like more the connection thing. But I
mhm,
also know that I noticed that you and her connection in the front row got a lot better as she pushed the ball out more. Like I
mhm,
noticed a lot of her sets to you would die like 5 to 7 feet in. And that's like, I mean, being undersized is like that puts you right in front of like the big middle. So like that's not always ideal. But as she got it on the pin, it was like, oh, it's a wrap. You got that. You have all your options there.
mhm. Well,
So
on
it was
the
really just
Kara
the back.
thing, I think I mean, I'd say the middle position I'd say I have a pretty good volleyball IQ, but the middle position, just because I haven't played that really I mean, I haven't set either, but, like, I obviously set the ball sometimes, um, is the one that I'm the least familiar with, but I think for Kara, we ran maybe a little bit higher tempo because that gave her the most range because if you think about it, it was her 5th year and think like, when you scout Louisville, you're gonna scout Kara, like, if we can shut down Kara, like,
Hmm.
because she was, like, our best attacker. So and she's insane. So I think we did that just to
Yeah,
give her a
she's so
little bit
good.
more range out on a double block so that way she could tool a little bit more. And then I think
Mhm.
for Nay, like, I don't think I was playing my best volleyball by any means. So I don't think it was necessarily Nay, but we were trying to run it super duper fast at the beginning of the year. And I think when the ball is not passed perfect, it is so hard for us to connect, like unless it's a perfect
Mhm.
situation. That's like Texas A&M, like they just have really good ball control and they ran such a fast tempo. But like if you could get it off the net, obviously they had Logan Lednicki and Kindle Stowers. So like if you just put up a ball, like they're gonna make something out of it too. But we
Yeah.
just I think we weren't like we hadn't played and those girls were seniors, like Maddie Walk and Logan had played for so long. So I
Yeah.
don't think Nay and I had formed that connection well enough yet to like know when it's so far off the net how fast to run it. And I think I was early all the time. So I think we tried to slow it down so that way I would be forced to wait because I think that's my biggest problem. Like that's where I get into trouble is when I don't wait. And so then we just tried to slow it down. Peyton continued to run like a super fast go. So she runs a go and I call it in our gym a hut. So it was like a little bit
Yeah.
higher to give me more range. And like I honestly like the ball super far inside, but you're right. If it is super fast and I don't get my feet there, then I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna get housed. But
Yeah.
I think us
And
changing that
uh,
really helped.
yeah, and the HUD is a little bit, out of system. It's definitely a little bit easier to push that all the way to the pin from a not a system ball, like not
Hmm.
quite so fast. So I like that change. I feel like it was like a much more consistent set as the passing, ebbs and flows with any team's passing. So
Hmm.
it's easier to set a consistent ball when like it's a little slower. I agree.
Hmm.
Um, Now, obviously, I'm sure y'all have talked about losing to Texas A&M. But I'm sure it feels better knowing they won, right? And you all took them to 5, and only one other team did. So maybe talk about the emotions there. Like, I also was like, when you all played each other that early on, I was like, this is really super unfortunate. I know I'd messaged you before, and I was just like, how are you all in the same quadrant and have to play each other this early? And it was just crazy.
I mean, I think too, like we had a couple tough five-setter losses in conference. So I mean, I don't know. Our coaches kind of expected to be there and just like with the storyline of Danny leaving too. But um, I mean, it just stings because we were up 2-0 and definitely could have won that third set. But it's just like any game of volleyball. I think Texas A&M should have won that second set. Like they were up and we just had some weird, crazy plays to come back. And um, but it definitely I don't know if it made us feel better, but we were, like, happy that they won for them because they had so many seniors and they were such a great team and they were so hard to play against, and, I mean, I played with Afena over the summer and she's amazing and I really enjoy her, so I was happy for her, and I don't know, they just had a really good thing going and, um, they lost in the Sweet 16 at that Nebraska regional the year before, so maybe that magic will work for us somehow. That would be great.
Hey,
But it
let's
definitely
hope
isn't
for it.
is a motivator because we talk about it or like Dan when we were on the plane, he called some like NCAA committee guy and was like, "We want to play Texas A&M the first weekend at the first serve." So I think we're playing them maybe, but
Oh yeah,
um
I just saw that get released. There's like it's way bigger event this year. I just saw the teams get announced.
yeah, it
There's
looks
like
massive
yeah.
when they freaking I didn't know that it was that big. Um but yeah, we I think we use it in a positive way, not like we dread on it for too long, but it's like always in the back of our minds or we were not
Mhm.
good enough last year within our practices to use.
Yeah. Good motivation, especially if you don't make it a negative thing. I think that's really good to use. Um, do you wanna talk about the difference in I just really feel like you fit at Louisville. Like when I saw you were committing to Louisville, I was like, she is going to thrive here. Like I think that I love the Louisville program, and I was like, she's going to do really well there. But do you want to talk about like the difference in culture from Purdue to Louisville, or like maybe the difference in like how practices go, and maybe like one suits your style more, or whatever. You don't have to talk. Obviously, it's not negative just to say it wasn't a good fit.
Mhm,
But like maybe just like the practice style at Louisville is just like different.
mhm. I definitely feel like at Louisville, I do a lot more film. My position coach is Todd Chamberlain, and he really helped me last year. Just, I don't know, he is such a funny guy to be around, but then he is so blunt and to the point. I think after the Pitt game, we got swept at Pitt, and I mean there was that controversial call, but I think there were so many other factors. Like we probably still would have
Yeah,
gotten swept. So that was really hard, and I just remember being in his office, like, I was just really upset and, like, "What do I need to do?" And he's like, just kill the ball, like, just think kill every ball, and I don't know, he just obviously gives you a ton of technical stuff to work on looking at film, but he really wants you to go for it, and, like, he helped me get into a different gear because I think I started playing better at the end of the year, and just, like, helping give Nay that confidence because Nay is so talented and, like, she can run such a good offense. I just
Mhm.
feel like at times I wasn't having that mentality that I'm going to kill this ball and adjust to anything, so I think our connection got stronger. And I mean, I just want to play so hard for the people around me because in practice, even
Oh,
I think we all lift each other up, but then like everybody wants to win every single drill so bad or like beat each other. Like it is such a healthy, but we're all best friends, but it's so competitive. So I just feel like that drives everyone to play as hard as they possibly can. And then
yeah.
I feel like we just, every single drill we do is scored. We have a cauldron. So it's like very out in the open as to who's winning the most, like who's impacting their team. Like we take stats every single day. We have rules meetings where we put up the stats from practice on the board, which I personally have never even experienced until I got to here, which I think is really cool and probably something they do at the pro level. I mean, when I've done USA stuff or like on those teams, like they'll when they make cuts, they will talk to you a little bit about the stats, but they don't like directly show it to you in front of the entire team. So I think role clarity
Mhm.
is really big here, which I think is awesome. And then I just think the ability of the coaches to really care, like we always are up in the offices hanging out with them or just chatting and they just really care about you as people too, but really want us to be good. So push us and attention to detail is really good.
Yeah, I love that. I think creating a healthy environment that's competitive, but also not toxic is, like, difficult to do, and when done right, it's, like, perfect, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I also think they give me I don't know. When I got there, they had me try this hybrid serve. They've had me do a top spin. They've had me do like so many different serves, but they just want everything we do to be pretty aggressive. Obviously smart at times, but I think in practice they really push us to be overly aggressive to get better, which I think is something that helps teams continue to upgrade. And I don't know,
Mhm.
that kind of freedom. I just feel like everybody feels that, especially Brooke has been talking about that, how she just feels so much support to go for things and try new stuff. But then also she just really wants to win each drill.
I love that. Now, do you also wanna go into, like, what's your, like, I mean, hopefully you wanna play pro, but do you wanna talk
Yeah.
about, like, what your dreams are for, like, after college? Like, do you wanna keep playing outside? Do you wanna make the move to libero? Do you wanna still, like, shoot for Team USA? Like, what are your, like, aspirations for, like, post-college?
Mhm. Um, well, one more drill I thought of was I was never taught, I don't know, like the Midwest, I feel like kind of teaches similar stuff, which is also why Louisville is kind of a great fan. Like it's kind of the Midwest, like the training that I've had, but with a different spin and like the undersize. But when we're
Mhm,
playing defense, to like keep your chest towards the net. I don't know, like serve receive, you're obviously opening up, and it seems really simple, but I just was never taught that, so that was a habit I had to break. And like obviously in left back, the ball's getting on you faster, so that was something
mhm.
that in drills like defensive stations that I learned. But obviously, Team USA would be insane, amazing, and that is just such I mean, that just seems it almost seems impossible because of how big of a deal and cool it is, but obviously that's something that you're striving for. I think anybody who's playing and is like somewhat within has been involved in youth teams.
Mhm.
But I think I've been talking with my coaches a lot. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but um it's just honestly been crazy to think that in 2 semesters I'm like done with college and I'm in the real world. So I've been
Yeah.
like meal prepping or trying to figure out how to like cook for myself more or just like get ready for that. But at Purdue, I was in pharmaceutical sciences, so I could have here they don't have that, but it's human and health sciences with my PharmD prerequisites. So if possible, this is one I have 2 routes that I'm thinking about going that involve volleyball, but I mean, you never know. Like you could have a life-ending injury and like maybe I just won't end up playing volleyball. But I do think I would like to play as long as possible. But my 2 routes, the first one is to I don't even know if I could do this, but that's what we're exploring right now. I've met with my coaches and compliance is if I could play beach volleyball with and get my PharmD, which is like your pharmacy
Mhm,
doctorate. It's a grad
mhm.
program. So that would be really cool. And obviously, I mean, I play beach for fun, but it would be hard, but I think it suits um
Yeah.
my skills. And then if not, then well, my coaches were kind of, I feel like on the side of don't sign anything. Like I think they really want me to play pro. So maybe pro instead of that. But my
Yeah.
hold up is that I don't feel like I could go pro and then go back to school, but maybe I won't even want to use my PharmD. I don't know. We'll see. But as for pro, libero, or outside, just whatever will give me more opportunities or
Hmm.
whatever people need, I guess. I
Yeah.
enjoy
N-
both. I really don't have like a
mhm.
favorite. I mean, I guess my favorite, I just don't even think I have a favorite because I like doing both. Like any day I get to play libero in practice. I haven't recently, but I did in preseason when I came back from the USA stuff because he wanted to save my jumps or just Kara and I have been doing a lot. Um, he let me play libero and I thought it was so much fun. But yeah.
Libero is fun. Now, would you want to go overseas at all, or would you be more leaning towards the pro in the USA either league, or do you not have a preference on that either? You're just like, whatever opportunity comes my way, I'm going to entertain it.
Um, I well, Eva, when we were talking about this last year, she said that she was going to go overseas. Like she really liked the thought of that, but then ultimately was asked to go to Love Atlanta where she's killing it. I seriously am so happy for her. And it's just been so much fun to watch her. But I think even when I talked to her at that point last year, I was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable going overseas. I think it would be a really cool experience, but maybe not the first year just to like get the hang of it in the US if I did do it and then maybe go overseas. But I think
Mhm.
right away it might just be because I've gone on a couple trips overseas to do
USA
compete with
stuff.
USA or like even at
Hmm.
Purdue, we did a foreign trip and it's just the culture is so different and it would be a really good life experience. I feel like it's such a cool opportunity for all volleyball players, but I don't think right away um, I would do that.
Yeah, I was also shocked that Eva did not go overseas. I was totally expecting her to go overseas first and then come back eventually. But I mean, she's killing it. So
I
I
know,
would say
me
as
too,
long as they're
because
happy, I
that's
don't
what
really
she
care.
said. Yeah, me too. And she seems to really enjoy it. And like her coach doesn't speak a lot of English, she said, but she said he's so funny and she really enjoys him.
Yeah, I'm glad, and he's really good. I'm glad he the second they eat somebody, he'll be like, just everybody on the bench go in, and I love that because that's how I am as a coach. If we're losing, I'm like, just you go, do
Yeah,
something.
like we have a strong team. Didn't you guys just win a tournament? I feel like I
Yeah,
saw that.
we won 18 Open this past weekend.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Yes, thank you. They're really good. I mean, if you know a D1 team that needs middle, I have a middle that's really good. But I've been
Really?
like, yes, she's so talented, and she's never been, at a bigger club, so, I've been trying to, message everyone I know, and
Yeah, have
she's
her
really,
email
really
people.
she's been emailing some, but, I'm trying to, exploit my connections now
Yeah,
and make it happen for her.
that's awesome. Well, I hope she ends up finding somewhere. I mean, we would look at her at Louisville if we didn't have 5 middles this
I
year.
was gonna
That's
say,
insane.
I looked at your all's roster before this, and I was like, "Oh, there's too many, there's no way."
I've never had a team of 5 middles, but it's cool.
It's a lot, that's a lot.
Mhm.
Um But I'm trying to think of any other questions I have. You're just so sweet. Everyone I've had so far has been so sweet,
Oh,
but you've
really?
been so, so nice.
Oh,
Um,
mm,
and do you have
thanks.
anything else you want to add? Anything you want to talk about? Remarks for next season, remarks for closing for the last season or anything like that?
No, I think I'm just really thankful for Louisville, and I love when we played in the Yum too. I just think it's one of the nicest arenas, like for volleyball or any type of sporting event or anything. So that's really cool, and I'm super thankful for the girls and our coaches. And even though we fell short last year, like I don't know, me personally, I had never even lost in 5 sets in the tournament. Like I've been swept both times in the Sweet 16. So just even like competing, I
Hmm.
don't know, it was obviously short and like definitely not traumatic, but really hard in the moment, but then I think it's really gonna fuel us, and just even playing sixes today, like earlier, I'm just so excited about the youth and just we returned everyone except for Kara. Kara being gone is so sad, like, we
Oh, I
but
love
she's killing
Kara. I
it
will
at
miss
Indy.
her.
I know, me too. She's killing it, and she's
Yeah.
with Anna and Elena, so
I was say Indy's
but
like the Louisville
I just
alum
think
team.
I know, I don't know, it's funny, but I'm just really excited for next year, and we return so much, but then also add so many great new additions, and I don't know, I'm just excited. But
Yeah,
thank you for
I'm excited for y'all too. You're so welcome.
And it's really cool what you've been doing with all interviewing all these different awesome volleyball players. I was watching some of the Sarah Hughes one earlier that you posted, and
Mhm.
I just think it's so cool that you're being able to connect with all these awesome players, and it's really smart too. I don't know, you've been able to grow
Thanks.
your platform. Good.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to just like reach out to everyone and I'm like, let me get some of my favorite players from the teams and just trying to like I know a lot of people would also be interested. So I'm like, it's really cool that I get to do it, but I like think other people are interested too. And then like it just like gets people, a little bit more insight on their favorite programs and I think I'm trying to grow volleyball too. Like I love volleyball and that's why I started posting in the first place is I just love it. So I just want to give like visibility to everybody and like as many people as I will literally anybody that plays if they message me, I will always be like, "Yes, like we can find the time to do it." I would love to do anybody that wants to. So I've reached out to obviously like I reached out to you and a few others, um but I just want to do like everybody. Like I was just going
Yeah,
to do like one a week and I'm like, "No, like 2, 3 a week, whatever. I'll just do everybody."
yeah. Um, oh, I have a question for you. This is gonna be funny. Who do you think will win the ACC? If you don't have to say us, you can say anyone,
Okay,
whatever you
the
think.
ACC next year. Oh,
We got
God, that's
SMU got
hard because
what's her
everybody got
name?
good transfers.
I know. What's her
I think
name?
it's gonna. I truly think the
Chloe.
ACC will probably be the most competitive uh, conference next year. Just because as I'm thinking about like the top
Mhm.
teams, I'm like, UCLA returns a lot. They'll probably be like comfortably. And that's not UCLA. Who am I talking about? Oh my God, there's a team that I'm talking about that's like number
SMU.
5. Well, I love my
Stanford?
SMU girlies. It might be Stanford that I'm thinking
I
of. I
know
don't know
you
where my brain is at. I've been sick for like days. Um,
No.
um, so I think the top would be like you all, SMU, and Pitt. I think that's the top three for sure. I
Not
put
Stanford?
Stanford at 4. I put Stanford at 4, but I wasn't too big on Stanford last season. Like I love my Stanford girlies, but I was just like, there's something off with the team dynamic. I felt like, and I mean, they obviously ended up playing like great, but with Ruben gone, and then I don't know, I just
Yeah,
didn't feel like there's another leader on the team. So like maybe somebody surprises me and steps up and kind of fills that role. But I feel like every other team like has somebody that can like lead. Pitt is going to
yeah,
be tough because I feel like they get Izzy, who's obviously one of the best setters in the country.
and they have Liv.
Um,
Yeah, that's
and they have Olivia Babcock, and they picked up some international players as well.
yeah,
But I mean, that's a lot of culture change in one season. So like, it could just be, there could just be a disconnect on the team. So I don't, as much as I want to put Pitt high, I'm like, there could be a disconnect with all the new pieces. You never know what you're gonna get.
yeah.
Um,
I'm sure they'll be great
and you guys
though.
are obviously the surefire team with like only losing Kara and picking up Brooke to kind of fill that role pretty quickly. I mean, I'm not
Mhm.
saying that there's nobody else that could fill her role, but Brooke is obviously a really
Yeah,
great
for sure.
middle,
Yeah.
and works
It's
really hard.
yeah.
And that's all you lose, and you pretty much return everybody else. So I feel like
Mhm.
you all are like a for sure, like, oh yeah, we're in it. And then SMU is always gonna be good now. Like I love
Mhm.
them. I love what Sam Erger has done to their program. And with Suli Davis playing there and Victoria Davis, is that her last name? Victoria Davis, the libero from South Carolina?
Oh, yeah.
Victoria Harris.
Oh,
She
yeah, yeah,
committed
yeah.
and she is incredible. If you did not watch South Carolina play,
No.
she's so underrated. She's
Oh,
really,
wow.
really good.
Okay, I won't
And
hit
she'll
at
have
her.
2 years. Yeah. No, like
That's cool.
even when Kentucky played them, I like messaged some of the girls I'm friends with and I was like, that libero is nasty. And they were like,
Oh,
no, she was so much
wow.
better than we were expecting.
Wow, that's cool though. Who do you think will
So
play with Brooklyn next year? I just love talking to people who know volleyball. I just like getting their opinion.
well, I know a little bit of inside knowledge, so I can't give it away.
Why?
um, well, I mean, they obviously got Garrett from Notre Dame, and so I
Oh, yeah,
think,
yeah, I forgot.
but I do think her passing, I think she barely passed the 2-0, which is pretty, not great for an outside, respectfully. Um, so I could see them putting her on the right side because she's 6'5".
Yeah, she's really good. She has an
She's
awesome
huge.
form.
So I think that they'll put her probably on the right side. And then I could see them. I mean, I love Thigpen. So I could easily see them putting Thigpen out there. And,
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
she's
recruited as a
awesome.
libero.
Oh, really?
And then they have this girl, Hannah Benjamin, she was like a top 3 outside recruit her freshman year, came
A5?
in with an
Right.
ACL tear. and then she's back now. So I
Wow.
think she could also play that role. And then they also get, Buse, the Under Armour girl. So I
Oh,
don't know.
wow.
There's lots of options for Kentucky for that role next year, I feel like.
They'll have a lot of depth. That's cool.
Yeah. Now
I
the
can't wait to play
middles,
them.
I know it's gonna, I love my little bluegrass battle game, but I can't. I'm like, that's the only time that I'm like, I promise I won't cheer against Louisville just because they're playing my
Mhm.
girls.
Yeah. Well, we play
Um,
them in the spring and the fall each year, so Brooke has to play
oh,
in
I
12.
always forget you all play in the spring every year.
Yeah, you should go to that one.
I know I have to fly back. I'll have to fly back. I definitely want to come to a game this fall. I gotta fly back for it. I was so mad because
Mhm.
my sister got married and it was when they were playing like a really good team, and I had to be in like the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, for that wedding,
Uh,
so I could not go to a game. But I wanted to go to the game that weekend. But um, I know I actually was looking and I was like, I actually might go to the first serve so I can watch like everyone.
yeah, go. One more question is, were you surprised that Kentucky, like, lost to Texas A&M? Because I knew Texas A&M, like, for me, I knew Texas A&M had so much momentum, but, like, Kentucky, their ability, who did they play? Oh, when they played Texas in the SEC tournament and they were, like, down, I
Yeah.
was like, "How did they do that?" So I don't know, what were your thoughts?
So I was worried. Obviously, at the time, I didn't know that Brooklyn DeLay had a torn meniscus and had played
Me
with one
neither.
all season. And so I was just sitting there like when they played Wisconsin. Well, obviously, when they played Texas, I was like, okay, Kentucky can come back from anything. Like that was what that told me. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, Kentucky can fight. But then when they played Wisconsin, I was like, and anyone I'm friends with on the team knows how I feel about that game. There's no way Kentucky should have won that game. Like
Yeah.
they played so bad and somehow won. Besides
Mhm.
Eva, like Eva, Lizzie Carr, and Thigpen, I thought played really well in that game. But
Mhm.
I thought as a rule of thumb that like I thought that the Kentucky Wisconsin game, there's no way they could have won that game. And so after that game, I was like, if we play like that, Texas A&M is destroying Kentucky because it was just like not a great game. And then set one, I was like,
I
okay,
know.
Kentucky, we're here. And then I don't even know how they lost. Like, I
I
can't imagine
know.
if Kentucky wins set one, like, that is a different finals, like,
Oh, for
altogether.
sure.
So,
Sure.
it's tough to think that, like, they blew like a 10-point lead in the first set or whatever it was. I mean, it was crazy. It might not have been 10 points, but it was a big lead.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's just volleyball. It's so annoying sometimes.
Yeah, and it's crazy
But
that in a finals to blow a big lead like that. I'm sure Craig Skinner was like, "How?" but
yeah.
um, but I knew that Texas A&M was going to be hard. I mean, they got 9 seniors, and they were on a mission. Like they wanted that win, and I love a good underdog story. So as much as I
I
wanted
know.
Kentucky to win again, I was like, I'm okay if they don't because I want it. I always love an underdog, so I was
Yeah.
okay with Texas A&M winning. They earned it for sure. I
Mhm.
mean, they played so well the entire tournament.
I mean, that's why it's so hard because in volleyball, just like the season, for example, Nebraska, they had undefeated, and it's like you can play so well, but all that matters, not all, because obviously there's like a regular season that you can be proud of, but it really
Hmm.
just comes down to the end. It's crazy.
Hmm. Yep, and I feel like I love Nebraska. But I was a big believer, and I was like, because a lot of like the diehard Nebraska fans, they were all like, "Oh, well, like the Big Ten's not bad. Nebraska's just that good." And I was like, I think Nebraska is that good, but I think that the Big Ten was very weak. And then they played Wisconsin, which was the only other like really good team when they didn't have Charlie. So I was like, they didn't really have any tough games in conference to pair up with how good they were. So I was like, you can have a really good season, but if you don't get pushed, it's hard. It's so hard.
Mhm. Yeah, well, like, even when we were in Nebraska and we'd, like, get coffee or just go out to a restaurant, they'd be like, "Oh, you're here to play?" And they would just, like, say it in a way, they're like, "Sucks you have to be here." Like, we were gonna lose to Nebraska, they're like, "You guys will beat Tex" like, they were just so, like, diehard Nebraska, like, they already knew. I was like, "Okay, I respect that you have so much belief in your team." But I was like, "What in the world is going on?" It would happen
Yeah,
multiple
that's
times at multiple
wild.
places. We were just like, "Okay."
Yeah,
Or
it's
they'd be like,
definitely
"Sorry
like
for" they would be like, "Sorry for shilling your coach," and we're just like, "It's whatever."
Yeah, I do love me some Nebraska, but their fans low key do be cultish sometimes.
Yes, very much, but it's I mean, it's cool, it's an awesome environment. I don't know, it's fun.
I know, I gotta go catch a game because I everyone keeps telling me I have to catch a game there. So I'm like, I can't imagine what it feels like to be surrounded by that many people at Nebraska. Like,
Mm.
that'd be super cool. I admire the Nebraska fan base so much because I think that they've done so much for the volleyball community
Oh,
and
yeah.
helping grow the sport. So I'm like, y'all might be a little cultish sometimes, but y'all do know what you're doing. So
Mhm. Yeah, that's totally fair. I don't know, and we lost there, like, my I don't know if you remember this, but Purdue played Nebraska at Nebraska, and we barely lost, like, it was so
in
close. It was
five, right? When you and Eva
yeah.
both had you had two double doubles, but you both had over 20 kills and 20 digs. Yes, I remember
I
that game.
but it was, like, so close, like, God bless
It
her.
was so good. I tell people all the time, if you want to watch a good five setter, that's the game to watch. And I can like
Um,
I can almost quote your all's stats because you and Eva were so
that's
good.
hilarious. Aw, thank you. Well, like, even when in the 5th set, when there was, like, that controversial lift that Logan had and, like, Dan punted it
Yes.
into the stands or whatever, like, I don't know, you might have to just let that go. I mean, I had one that I carried in the 3rd set, like, I literally threw it over, but we got
Oh
the
my,
point.
I remember you looked straight at somebody and I was like, "Oop."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my gosh," because sometimes I'll do that in practice because for me to joust, like, that's how I win joust, like, I hold on to it for a little bit, but you can't really tell unless there's no block, and everybody was dying laughing because in our practice, we'd call that, but it was funny. But anyways, we all loved when Dan, like, he apologized for it. We're like, "We love that you punted it, like, you just for showing emotion." I don't know. So, he's, like,
I was
super
gonna say somebody asked
positive.
me to ask you about the punt. And I was like, I feel like he's not the most like emotional coach. So when I saw that, I was like,
I
it
know,
was
he's so
crazy.
even keeled. I mean, like, he definitely is super hyper competitive, or that's what he'll talk to me about. Like, they definitely help my on the court presence too. Like, he says that he used to be like me all the time and just like trying to learn how to be like he learned how to
Mhm.
be calmer over time. But I just really enjoy when he gets angry because he doesn't get angry a lot. So I'm like, yeah, I see that side of you. Like, it's almost like refreshing. Like I don't know. He's not, like, always super positive. I mean, he is, but it just shows his other side, which is good.
Yeah, I love a
Um,
good intensity.
I felt
Love a good
so bad for
intensity.
SMU with Jaden Livings getting hurt
Ah,
again because I think they're like, Malaya Jones, we were all watching that Purdue game, and we're like, Malaya Jones did not wanna lose. Like, she was just killing every single ball,
she
and
was so
Avery's so
good.
good. I just felt bad that,
That was and
she
they
was
were
out.
also missing their starting middle. They were missing Newsome too.
Yeah, she was insane against us, I think. Like, I think she played really
Yeah, she
well.
did really good. She's really talented, but, they told me that she has some disc issues in her low back, so that's why she was out.
Oh, no.
Um,
And then that
but,
other
oh my
middle
god, I
had the
remember
cast.
watching Hmm?
The other middle had the cast, and,
Oh my
like,
god,
it just
Croft? Yeah, playing with,
felt so
the cast
bad.
is crazy.
Yeah.
They were just, like, that was just they were such a good team, and it just wasn't in their cards, unfortunately. Because I think if
Mhm.
you give them Newsome and Livings and play Purdue again, they still almost beat Purdue without both of those players.
Yeah, very
And
true.
I think that it's a different but I mean, good for Purdue. I mean, they did a lot when with
Yeah.
losing a lot, so good for him. Not the biggest fan of Dave Shundell, but, good for him. He coached a good season.
Yeah.
Um, which I was surprised, but they did really, really solid. But oh my god, I remember watching that Florida SMU game, and when I saw Livings go down, that was probably and I told her this too. I was like, "This is probably the worst ACL injury I've seen actually
Oh,
happen."
no. That's so
The
sad.
way I saw because I've seen like a lot happen live, and like the way her knee moved, I was like, "Oh, honey,
Oh
you're."
gosh.
That was so hard to watch.
That's so scary. Or
Yeah,
even
her and then hmm?
sorry, you go.
I was say
Like,
her, and then who was it from TCU that tore theirs early in the preseason?
oh, yeah, she was like a little wasn't she a little undersized baller? Like, she was killing it. What's her
Mhm. She was, like, their captain too, like, she was, like, so good.
Yeah.
Why is her
I
name
know,
escaping me? She's
same. Wait,
I
get
don't
up.
remember what her name was. That's what I'm
Uh,
looking to. I think
sorry.
it's
Mm,
let me see. It was so long ago. I don't know if I can even find it.
I know, it's, like, at the very beginning.
I
Jalen
it's,
Gib
like, on the tip of my tongue too. Like, I can see her getting hurt.
is it Jalen Gibson? Is that
Yeah, yeah, Gibson. Yeah.
wow. Will she be back next year, or is she a senior?
She'll be back next year, but I also think that they gave her a red shirt because I think she did tear it in
Oh,
non-conference, which I think is usually the cutoff.
okay, cool.
So
I
I
didn't
think
know.
she either has the redshirt year of last year or she'll have a year plus that. I don't remember how I think she was a senior, so I think she has 1 year after she gets done recovering.
Mhm,
Um, I'm curious to see if Livings will be back next season. I assume they'll redshirt her just to be safe because even though you get I mean, I got cleared at 9 months and I was fine, but I know a lot of college athletes, they don't usually let them play until a year.
mhm. Or, like, I don't know, I feel like a dark horse of the ACC beside like, I feel like SMU's at the top now is UNC because I just feel like they return
Yes.
a lot and Safi's so good, and then the 6-2 that they ran, like, it was so their defense was awesome, especially with their blocking presence, I don't know. Like, I feel like the
Yeah, I
ACC
was
is so good.
oh, and Miami too,
Yeah, yeah.
because they got the right side from Kansas.
Yes, yes, we were like, "Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
I
this
totally
girl."
forgot that they are also gonna be pretty like I said, I think the ACC is gonna be, like, nasty next season. I think it's just gonna be a full bloodbath every game.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. I'm excited, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be so cool. I think the Big Ten needs, like, another year. Like, obviously, Penn State reloaded, and I'm happy for them because they got all my favorites on the same
I
team.
know, Stuckey and
Um,
Martin together again is crazy.
Stuckey, Martin, and I love Whitney Lonstein. I am so
Yeah,
ready for
she's
her to
good.
actually play some volleyball.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Oh,
I know. I feel like I know a lot of people in Texas, and I love me some Texas volleyball. They would have made it so much further if they actually played that girl. She's too good to have sat the bench,
wow. I
respectfully.
just remember being in high school and I lived close to Purdue, so I would go to the Purdue Nebraska games. And when she's just so athletic. Like when she was at Nebraska too, like just watching her hit the ball, like she just was insanely athletic and hit the ball so hard.
Mhm. And she's such a big block. She's got like mid chest
Yes,
over the net. Like
her
she's
block was insane.
huge.
Yeah,
It's
it was.
crazy. I mean, I would love to look up what her stats were when she came in the few times she came in this past season because I swear it was over 2 blocks a set for like 3 rotations a
Wow,
game.
that's
Like it's
crazy.
insane.
That is insane. Wow. Oh my god.
I'm glad because I was like, I hope she doesn't just graduate and then we never see her again, you know? Because like that's like,
Yeah.
oh, I wish we got to see more like Lexi Sun. Like I would love to have seen Lexi had played
Yes.
pro.
Yeah.
So it's like I was like, please, like somebody give Lonstein that extra year that she tried to get at Texas. And then when she got it, I was like, thank God she'll actually get to play. And like I would assume she'll play pro after, but who
Oh,
knows
yeah.
what follows. But I would love to see her just like shine and get a pro season after. And I thought Stuckey might not use her last year either, but I'm glad she is because that's like that's probably my favorite setter in the country is Alexis Stuckey.
Yeah, she's awesome. I mean, I played with her at USA, and she is so funny, like, she's so down to earth, and she is so good. I don't know. Like, I would pass the ball sometimes I would pass the ball really low, and I would, like, shoot it at her on accident, and she would just, like, make it so good. I'm like, "I'm so sorry."
She's her technique is like flawless. It's like, and I said it, and this might be mean, but I always said at Florida she doubled as a track athlete. So if she can make that setting look good, I can't imagine with good passing what it'll be
That's well, didn't they just get who did they get from
at
Kansas?
Florida. Oh, at
Yeah,
Kansas. I
she's, like, an
don't.
outside. She's, foreign, I don't know, but I think she'll be good. I don't know if she'll play.
Kansas will I think be pretty good because the people that didn't leave they return a lot. I think.
Mhm.
Um, I think they lost Dalton, the backup setter.
Yeah,
Starting
Creighton
setter,
got
they
a lot
did
of
some weird
people.
stuff with the setting. Creighton is gonna be good. Creighton is gonna be a really good team next year. I think they'll be better than they were this year. I mean, obviously losing Martin sucks, but I think they're gonna be just fine without her.
Well,
She was
Aiden
so good.
yeah, I love Ava Martin. Oh my gosh, she's so good. But Aiden Ames came on a visit before, like, Nay and I went home, so we hung out with her for a bit, and we were like, "Oh,
Mhm.
okay, is she committed to Creighton?" But we thought she was going to Texas A&M maybe, but when we found out,
Really?
wow. And then we were like, "Oh, okay," like, probably won't get a medal transfer. And then Brooke goes in the portal, and I'm like, Brooke, I sent her the longest message I think I've ever sent someone before because she was like, "Can you fill me in on how they train medals or like why you chose this program?" And I was like, "Oh, let me tell you," because I was like, "Please come here." She's just so awesome. I was like, if she doesn't commit after I sent all this, I'm kidding. But so,
Period. I love that. I'm so excited for Brooke because for real, like, even when she was like, she redshirted her freshman year, obviously, because I think we still had a Johnny that year at Kentucky. I was like, everyone that I know that went there was like, she works so hard. She stays late after like every practice. She
mhm.
really wants to be so good. And so I'm glad that she's going to be thriving at Louisville. And it's just going to be like, and she's fiery and like works hard and like does her best to turn like anything into gold. And I feel like she works really hard in transition. Like she
Yes.
really wants to get set in transition, which I feel like a lot of middles lack.
Mhm. Well, she like, even today, she was, like, jamming balls, like, when they weren't connecting, and they scored every time. Like, I feel like if you can jam as a middle, like, it's gonna score because you had just have so
Hmm.
many ways to do it, which was cool, and then, like, she missed a lift because of her physical, and she came in the next day and, like, made up with the lift and, like, I don't know, she just is always working so hard, like, even she stayed after yesterday to, like, serve and play defense, and then today she stayed after to block, like, she is just so hardworking, and she's always dripping in sweat because of how hard she works too, it's crazy.
I love that. And then I feel like people like that also make everybody around you play like that. Like you
Yeah,
can't just like see your teammate giving everything and like not give everything, I feel like.
right. Yeah, that's definitely what Louisville cultivates, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let me
I
know if
love
you need
that.
me to reach out to anybody or anybody I might know and be like, "Hey, look at your DM."
Oh yeah, perfect. And I
Got
might ask you for
connections.
some like somebody else at Louisville. Like if I, like give Louisville a break for like a week or two and then bring somebody else on and like that's a different position or whatever and just kind of see what they have to say. Would love to.
Yeah, you should, just let me know, and I'll tell them.
I will. Well, thanks so much for coming on. You're so sweet and you've been amazing. And I cannot wait to watch
Cool.
you this season and hopefully this spring. Hopefully this spring.
Yeah, so are you. I think everything you're doing is awesome, and your questions were
Yeah.
great, and you made them very easy, and you're very well spoken.
Thanks. Thanks. I did not prepare at all. So thank you.
Okay, well, you're great on the fly.
Thank you so much. And message me whenever and we'll just keep talking, keep in touch.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay,
I hope you
perfect.
feel
I will
better.
talk to you later. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.